Hi, Moyne here, and today I'm talking about Reiki without the woo-woo. So what's Reiki? For a lot of people, just the term sounds woo-woo because they don't understand it and they don't understand what it means. Actually, it's not woo-woo at all, it's just Japanese. Master Usui, the man responsible for developing this method of working with energy, was Japanese, so he used the Japanese words rei, which means universal, and ki, which is the Japanese word for chi, or life force energy, to come up with the term Reiki, which literally means universal life force energy. We all have it. It's everywhere around us, and it flows through every living thing. It's healing, and it's balancing, and it gives life. But usually when we use the term Reiki, we're referring to a very specific method of working with universal life force energy to balance and heal our bodies. Now, as I said, we all have Reiki. We all have universal life force energy. It flows through our bodies and it affects all of the energy systems in our body. That is where the energy comes from, literally, for all of our body's energy systems. It flows through our bodies, and one area that it is particularly strong in is in the palms of our hands. And this is probably the basis for a lot of hands-on healing methods that are known in different cultures all over the world. But Reiki is literally a method of using that energy that flows through us, using hands to direct more of that energy. A Reiki practitioner is just someone who has had training in how to do this, but also has had what we call an attunement, which is kind of another word for a vibrational alignment, raising a person's vibration to be able to have more life force energy flow through their body. So we all have it, but a Reiki practitioner is able to flow more of it through their body and therefore through their hands and be able to direct it to someone to help in healing. If you have more healing and balancing energy, then it gives your body more of an ability to be able to come into balance and to heal. So another way to look at an attunement is just that it opens those energy channels kind of wider. Like you think of if you have a hose for water and you have your garden hose versus, say, a fire hose. The fire hose is bigger, it can have more water powerfully flow through it, and that's kind of the difference between just an average person and a Reiki practitioner. A Reiki practitioner has literally had their energy channels widened, so to speak, so that more of that life force energy is flowing through them, and they are then able to use that, direct that, to work on someone to help them, to provide more of that energy to help their body to heal. So if you receive a Reiki treatment, basically what happens is a Reiki practitioner will place their hands in different places on your body to bring that extra life force energy to your body. Now, they're not it's not like they're putting energy into your body. They can't even do that. In the analogy about the hose, if we can continue that, consider that they are like that, bringing that energy to you, but your body can choose to receive it and literally pull the Reiki through them. Your body can also choose to reject it, to refuse it, in which case you won't receive Reiki. Reiki won't make any difference for you. But the practitioner is just delivering extra life force energy that your body can then use to heal. They can use their hands actually on your body, or they can actually have their hands off of your body. And if that's more comfortable for you, that is an option. It's just as powerful, it's just as strong. It's just that if you're going to be holding your hands in long positions over somebody, it's a lot more comfortable to be able to rest your hand on them than it is to hover. But they are perfectly capable of doing either way, and it makes no difference to the benefit that it has on your body. Now, one thing that's important to know about Reiki is that it doesn't have an agenda. We can't make a guarantee or tell you that Reiki will do a certain thing for you or it will have a certain effect. It's just life force energy. It's balancing, it's healing, and giving your body the availability, that accessibility of more of that energy can help your body to balance and heal itself. So we don't say Reiki will lower your blood pressure or Reiki will heal your cancer or anything like that, because we don't know exactly how your body will choose to use it to balance itself. One thing that's usually pretty common, though, is I don't know that I've ever heard of someone receiving a Reiki treatment and at the very least not coming away feeling very relaxed. It's very common to fall asleep or kind of at least zone out during a Reiki treatment, and that's just because it is so relaxing and your body just kind of it likes it so much, it just kind of wants to chill out, almost shut everything else down and just make use of that extra life force energy that is being made available to it. You may or may not actually notice any sensation from the Reiki. I didn't. The first Reiki treatments that I received were in combination with some other energetic healing modalities, but I didn't notice anything specifically. Just after the fact, I could tell a difference in my body, and that my body was more balanced. I was feeling stronger, and the imbalance that I had gone there to receive help for definitely had been improved. Many people say that they feel a feeling of warmth, or some other sensation that they might associate with energy, like a tingling or just relaxation. But not noticing any sensation doesn't mean that nothing's happening. Some people are super sensitive to it, and so they definitely can perceive it and be aware of the sensation. But that doesn't mean that you're not aware or perceptive if you don't. If you're also used to a lot of that energy, you also may not notice it because it's not that different from what you're used to feeling. But regardless of all that, it's just healing energy which will help your body to do whatever it is that it needs to do. I have a friend, another Reiki master, who often says, Reiki isn't a religion, but people often try to make it be one, try to turn it into one. One big reason why I think there's a lot of mystery for people around Reiki, that they don't understand it or they're concerned about it and think that it sounds like woo-woo, is because so many practitioners also use other energy modalities and they tend to combine them. And so that's an area where, if you hear somebody say, oh, you should come let me use Reiki to do this thing, or, oh, I'm a Reiki master and I do this other thing with past lives or your aura or whatever the other thing is that they connect with it, you need to know that those are completely separate things. People who work with energy and do healing work tend to have more tools than one. And because Reiki is just life force energy, it can enhance other modalities. And often practitioners don't make a distinction between Reiki and the other things that they do. Partly because it's not that they're being dishonest or that they're trying to mislead you in any way. It's just that in their mind, there isn't really a difference. It's just all these things that they do to affect energy, and they don't really separate them in their mind, in their healing practice. So, which is fine as long as the person that they're working on is in alignment with all those things. But if somebody is talking to you about Reiki or offering Reiki, or you're considering a particular Reiki practitioner, and they refer to Reiki in connection with some other thing, and it's something that you're not comfortable with, first of all, you need to understand that's not Reiki. And if you're not comfortable with that other thing, you have a couple options. You can tell the Reiki practitioner that you're only interested in just Reiki and nothing else. Or find a practitioner that you feel more comfortable with, who either doesn't use that, uses different modalities, only uses Reiki, or really the bottom line, the way to know that you're going to feel comfortable with a practitioner is just, do you feel, talk to them. Do you feel comfortable with them on a personal level? Energetically, are you comfortable around them? and then try it. Reiki can't hurt you. It can't do any damage. So if you try a Reiki session and you like it, but you're not necessarily that comfortable with the practitioner, great, go find another practitioner. It kind of is important to feel comfortable with them because, again, they are affecting your energy, and your energy will be affected by your discomfort with the person, their other methods, their energy, whatever that is. When I have been describing Reiki to different people, and they have told me what their understanding is or what they've heard from other people, one thing that I've heard people say sometime is, oh yes, I know, people can use it for good or for bad. So you just want to make sure you have someone who uses it for good. Well, I feel like I need to address that because as a Reiki master who has been traditionally trained and non-traditionally, I don't know of any way anybody could use Reiki for bad. I understand what they're trying to say, that people can, in a way, do different things with Reiki, but you really can't. It's healing life force energy. I can't even imagine. I've tried to conceive of some construct where someone could somehow use it for bad. Even if someone was trying to combine it with some other practice, some other modality that could be construed as dark or something like that. Again, Reiki is universal life force energy. I really don't see a way that could be able to, even in conjunction with something else, do anything bad. If anything, I would think that there's always the possibility that Reiki could actually counteract it. I have not known anyone ever who would be interested. Generally, people who use Reiki tend to be in the healing arts, and that is their purpose. So that's an area, though, that people get concerned, I think, and sometimes scare them away from Reiki. And so again, Reiki is just Reiki. It's just the healing life force energy. It's balancing. It's healing. It can help other modalities to work, because any energetic healing modality that has even, access to even more life force energy can create even greater change. But that's all Reiki is. So even if it's represented as something else or having some other purpose or use, it's not. So if someone makes you feel uncomfortable about it, please look for another practitioner. That's not Reiki. Reiki's not a religion. It's not, it isn't even a belief system. It's just life force energy. So if you were interested in finding a practitioner, there are different associations, different organizations that certify Reiki practitioners. Again, as I explained, what process a Reiki practitioner goes through to become a practitioner, the training combined with the attunement, that would be a level 1. A first degree Reiki practitioner has had that training and that attunement to be able to put their hands on you and make more universal life force energy available. Now, a second degree Reiki practitioner would have had that, and then they would have had additional training and an additional attunement to open the energy channels even wider, raise their vibration even more so that they're able to flow even more Reiki. So the combination of the additional training and the additional amount of Reiki that they're able to flow allows them to also do distance work. So if you hear of a Reiki practitioner who does distance work, say they live in another town, city, state, other side of the world, energy is energy. There's energy all around us. Energy interacts with energy much more quickly than physical interaction. So they are actually able to direct Reiki to you even without putting their hands on or even just hovering them over you. They're able to do it from basically a further distance. An advanced degree or Reiki master is the same thing, more training, more attunement, open the energy channels even farther, able to channel even more energy, and to the point that they are also now able to train others and have access to enough of that life force energy to be able to attune someone to any of those levels of Reiki. So it's that access to more energy in addition to the training, that they're able to use that to take a student, teach them, and then use that to open their energy channels to give them that attunement, so then they're able to also then pass that on to others. So I have a lot of experience and training in many different healing modalities, and I love to collect them, and I love to learn different ways to work with energy and to help bodies to heal. That said, if I could only have access to one healing energy tool, it would be Reiki. I don't need any actual tool. I don't need any props. I don't need a book. I don't need to have anything that I memorize. All I have to have is my hands and place them and flow Reiki to bring balancing healing energy to any situation. So it is my favorite. I use it in conjunction with every other thing I do pretty much, because it just increases the energy of whatever else that I'm using. If you are at all interested in having Reiki training and attunement, there are no real prerequisites. Anybody can do it. And as a Reiki master, I do offer that training, so feel free to contact me through my website for more information on that. And hopefully that has been some information to help you to understand Reiki a little better and see how it might be of benefit to you and your healing journey. Hope that helps. Hi again. I did just want to add that if you are at all possibly interested in any Reiki training, I do have a class starting in just a few weeks. So it doesn't matter where you live, you still have access to that, and if you'll just contact me through my website, I can get you more information. Thanks.